Book of Ezra. Chapter 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be accomplished, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus king of Persia, so that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus says Cyrus king of Persia, the Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has commanded me to build him a house in Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Whoever there is among you of all his people, may his God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build the house of the Lord, the God of Israel. He is God, which is in Jerusalem. Whoever is left, in any place where he lives, let the men of his place help him with silver, with gold, with goods, and with animals, besides the freewill offering for God's house which is in Jerusalem. Then the heads of ancestral houses of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests, and the Levites, even all whose spirit God had stirred to go up, rose up to build the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem. All those who were around them strengthened their hands with vessels of silver, with gold, with goods, and with animals, and with precious things, besides all that was willingly offered. Also Cyrus the king brought forth the vessels of the house of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had brought out of Jerusalem, and had put in the house of his gods, even those, Cyrus king of Persia brought out by the hand of Mithredath the treasurer, and numbered them to Sheshbazzar, the prince of Judah. This is the number of them: 30 platters of gold, 1,000 platters of silver, 29 knives, 30 bowls of gold, silver bowls of a second sort 410, and other vessels 1,000. All the vessels of gold and of silver were 5,400. Sheshbazzar brought all these up, when the captives were brought up from Babylon to Jerusalem. Chapter 2. Now these are the children of the province, who went up out of the captivity of those who had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away to Babylon, and who returned to Jerusalem and Judah, everyone to his city, who came with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Sariah, Reelaiah, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mispar, Bigvai, Rehum, Baanah. The number of the men of the people of Israel, the children of Parish, 2,172. The children of Shephatiah, 372. The children of Ara, 775. The children of Pahath-Moab, of the children of Jeshua and Joab, 2,812. The children of Elam, 1,254. The children of Zattu, 945. The children of Zakkai, 760. The children of Bani, 642. The children of Bebai, 623. The children of Asgad, 1,222. The children of Adonikam, 666. The children of Bigvai, 2,056. The children of Adin, 454. The children of Ader, of Hezekiah, 98. The children of Bezai, 323. The children of Jorah, 112. The children of Hashem, 223. The children of Gibbar, 95. The children of Bethlehem, 123. The men of Netophah, 56. The men of Anatoth, 128. The children of Beth-Asmaveth, 42. The children of Kiriath-Jearim, Kephirah, and Beerot, 743. The children of Ramon-Geba, 621. The men of Michmas, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 223. The children of Nebo, 52. The children of Magbish, 156. The children of the other Elam, 1,254. The children of Haram, 320. The children of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 725. The children of Jericho, 345. The children of Sanaa, 3,630. The priests, the children of Jediah, of the house of Jeshua, 973. The children of Immer, 1,052. The children of Pashhur, 1,247. The children of Haram, 1,017. The Levites, the children of Jeshua and Kadmiel, of the children of Hodaviah, 74. The singers, the children of Asaph, 128. The children of the gatekeepers, the children of Shallum, the children of Ader, the children of Talmon, the children of Akab, the children of Hatita, the children of Shobai, in all 139. The Nethinim, the children of Zihah, the children of Hasupha, the children of Tabaoth, the children of Keros, the children of Siah, the children of Paddan, the children of Lebanah, the children of Hagabah, the children of Akab, the children of Hagab, the children of Shalomai, the children of Hanan, the children of Giddel, the children of Gahar, the children of Reiah, the children of Rezin, the children of Nekoda, the children of Gazam, the children of Uzzah, the children of Paseah, the children of Basai, the children of Esna, the children of Mayanim, the children of Nephisim, the children of Bakbuk, the children of Hakupha, the children of Harhur, the children of Bazluth, the children of Maada, the children of Harsha, the children of Barkos, the children of Sisera, the children of Tema, the children of Netziah, the children of Hatipha, the children of Solomon's servants, the children of Sotai, the children of Hassaphareth, the children of Peruda, the children of Hala, the children of Darkon, the children of Giddel, the children of Shephatiah, the children of Hadil, the children of Pochereth-Hasbaim, the children of Ammon. All the Nethinim, and the children of Solomon's servants, were 392. These were those who went up from Tel Melah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, Adin, and Immer, but they could not show whether their father's house, and their descent, were from Israel, the children of Delaiah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 652. Of the children of the priests, the children of Happaiah, the children of Hakkoz, the children of Barzillai, who took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai the Gileadite, and was called after their name. These sought their place among those who were registered by genealogy, but they were not found, therefore were they deemed polluted and put from the priesthood. The governor said to them, that they should not eat of the most holy things, until there stood up a priest with Urim and with Thummim. The whole assembly together was 42,360, besides their male servants and their female servants, of whom there were 7,337, and they had 200 singing men and singing women. Their horses were 736, their mules, 245, their camels, 435, their donkeys, 6,720. Some of the heads of ancestral houses, when they came to the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem, offered willingly for God's house to set it up in its place. They gave after their ability into the treasury of the work 61,000 derricks of gold, and 5,000 minas of silver, and 100 priests' garments. So the priests, and the Levites, and some of the people, and the singers, and the gatekeepers, and the Nethinim, lived in their cities, and all Israel in their cities. Chapter 3. When the 7th month had come, and the children of Israel were in their cities, the people gathered themselves together as one man to Jerusalem. Then Jeshua the son of Jozadak stood up with his brothers the priests, and Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel and his brothers, and built the altar of the God of Israel, to offer burnt offerings thereon, as it is written in the law of Moses the man of God. In spite of their fear because of the peoples of the surrounding lands, they set the altar on its base, and they offered burnt offerings on it to the Lord, even burnt offerings morning and evening. They kept the Feast of Tents, as it is written, and offered the daily burnt offerings by number, according to the ordinance, as the duty of every day required, and afterward the continual burnt offering, the offerings of the new moons, of all the set feasts of the Lord that were consecrated, and of everyone who willingly offered a freewill offering to the Lord. From the first day of the 7th month, they began to offer burnt offerings to the Lord, but the foundation of the Lord's temple was not yet laid. They also gave money to the masons, and to the carpenters. They also gave food, drink, and oil to the people of Sidon and Tyre, to bring cedar trees from Lebanon to the sea, to Joppa, according to the grant that they had from Koresh king of Persia. Now in the 2nd year of their coming to God's house at Jerusalem, in the 2nd month, Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua the son of Jozadak, and the rest of their brothers the priests and the Levites, and all those who had come out of the captivity to Jerusalem, began the work and appointed the Levites, from 20 years old and upward, to have the oversight of the work of the Lord's house. Then Jeshua stood with his sons and his brothers, Kadmiel and his sons, the sons of Judah, together, to have the oversight of the workmen in God's house, the sons of Henadad, with their sons and their brothers the Levites. When the builders laid the foundation of the Lord's temple, they set the priests in their clothing with trumpets, with the Levites the sons of Asaph with cymbals, to praise the Lord, according to the directions of David king of Israel. They sang to one another in praising and giving thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his loving kindness endures forever toward Israel. All the people shouted with a great shout, when they praised the Lord, because the foundation of the house of the Lord had been laid. But many of the priests and Levites and heads of ancestral houses, The old men who had seen the first house, when the foundation of this house was laid before their eyes, wept with a loud voice. Many also shouted aloud for joy, so that the people could not discern the noise of the shout of joy from the noise of the weeping of the people, for the people shouted with a loud shout, and the noise was heard far away. Chapter 4. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity were building a temple to the Lord, the God of Israel, then they drew nearer to Zerubbabel, and to the heads of ancestral houses, and said to them, Let us build with you, for we seek your God, as you do, and we sacrifice to him since the days of Esarhaddon king of Assyria, who brought us up here. But Zerubbabel, and Jeshua, and the rest of the heads of ancestral houses of Israel, said to them, You have nothing to do with us in building a house to our God, but we ourselves together will build to the Lord, the God of Israel, as King Koresh the king of Persia has commanded us. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah, and troubled them in building, and hired counselors against them, to frustrate their purpose, all the days of Koresh king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius king of Persia. In the reign of Xerxes, in the beginning of his reign, they wrote an accusation against the inhabitants of Judah and Jerusalem. In the days of Artaxerxes wrote Bishlam, Mithridath, Tabeel, and the rest of his companions, to Artaxerxes king of Persia, and the writing of the letter was written in Aramaic, and set forth in the Aramaic language. Rehum the chancellor and Shimshai the scribe wrote a letter against Jerusalem to Artaxerxes the king as follows, from Rehum the commander, and Shimshai the scribe, and the rest of their companions, the Danites, and the Ophersophchites, the Tarpolites, the Apharsites, the Archavites, the Babylonians, the Shushanchites, the Dehites, the Elamites, and the rest of the nations whom the great and noble Asnapper brought over, and sat in the cities of Samaria, and in the rest of the country beyond the river. This is the copy of the letter that they sent to Artaxerxes the king, your servants the men beyond the river. And now, be it known to the king, that the Jews who came up from you have come to us to Jerusalem. They are building the rebellious and wicked city, and have finished the walls, and repaired the foundations. Be it known now to the king that if this city is built, and the walls finished, they will not pay tribute, custom, or toll, and in the end it will be hurtful to the kings. Now because we eat the salt of the palace, and it is not appropriate for us to see the king's dishonor, therefore have we sent and informed the king, that search may be made in the book of the records of your fathers, so you shall find in the book of the records, and know that this city is a rebellious city, and hurtful to kings and provinces, and that they have moved sedition within the same of old time, for which cause was this city laid waste. We inform the king that, if this city be built, and the walls finished, by this means you shall have no portion beyond the river. Then the king sent an answer to Rehum the chancellor, and to Shimshai the scribe, and to the rest of their companions who dwell in Samaria, and in the rest of the country beyond the river, peace, and so forth. The letter which ye sent to us has been plainly read before me. I decreed, and search has been made, and it is found that this city of old time has made insurrection against kings, and that rebellion and sedition have been made in it. There have been mighty kings also over Jerusalem, who have ruled over all the country beyond the river, and tribute, custom, and toll, was paid to them. Make a decree now to cause these men to cease, and that this city not be built, until a decree shall be made by me. Take heed that you not be slack herein. Why should damage grow to the hurt of the kings? Then when the copy of King Artaxerxes' letter was read before Rehum, and Shimshai the scribe, and their companions, they went in haste to Jerusalem to the Jews, and made them to cease by force and power. Then ceased the work of God's house which is at Jerusalem, and it ceased until the 2nd year of the reign of Darius king of Persia. Chapter 5. Now the prophets, Haggai the prophet, and Zechariah the son of Iddo, prophesied to the Jews who were in Judah and Jerusalem. In the name of the God of Israel they prophesied to them. Then rose up Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua the son of Jozadak, and began to build God's house which is at Jerusalem, and with them were the prophets of God, helping them. At the same time came to them Tattenai, the governor beyond the river, and Shetharboznai, and their companions, and said thus to them, Who gave you a decree to build this house, and to finish this wall? Then they asked them, What are the names of the men who were constructing this building? But the eye of their God was on the elders of the Jews, and they did not make them cease, until the matter should come to Darius, and then answer should be returned by letter concerning it. The copy of the letter that Tattenai, the governor beyond the river, and Shetharboznai, and his companions the Apharsachites, who were beyond the river, sent to Darius the king. They sent a letter to him, in which was written thus: To Darius the king, all peace. Be it known to the king, that we went into the province of Judah, to the house of the great God, which is built with great stones, and timber is laid in the walls, and this work goes on with diligence and prospers in their hands. Then we asked those elders, and said to them thus: Who gave you a decree to build this house, and to finish this wall? We asked them their names also, to inform you that we might write the names of the men who were at their head. Thus they returned us answer, saying, We are the servants of the God of heaven and earth, and are building the house that was built these many years ago, which a great king of Israel built and finished. But after that our fathers had provoked the God of heaven to wrath, he gave them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, the Chaldean, who destroyed this house, and carried the people away into Babylon. But in the first year of Koresh king of Babylon, Koresh the king made a decree to build this house of God. The gold and silver vessels also of God's house, which Nebuchadnezzar took out of the temple that was in Jerusalem, and brought into the temple of Babylon, those Koresh the king took out of the temple of Babylon, and they were delivered to one whose name was Sheshbazzar, whom he had made governor, and he said to him, Take these vessels, go, put them in the temple that is in Jerusalem, and let God's house be built in its place. Then the same Sheshbazzar came, and laid the foundations of God's house which is in Jerusalem, and since that time even until now has it been in building, and yet it is not completed. Now therefore, if it seem good to the king, let a search be made in the king's treasure house, which is there at Babylon, whether it be so, that a decree was made of Koresh the king to build this house of God at Jerusalem, and let the king send his pleasure to us concerning this matter. Chapter 6. Then Darius the king made a decree, and search was made in the house of the archives, where the treasures were laid up in Babylon. There was found at Achmetha, in the palace that is in the province of Media, a scroll, and there was written in it as follows: Memorandum, in the first year of Koresh the king made a decree, concerning God's house at Jerusalem, let the house be built, the place where they offer sacrifices, and let its foundations be strongly laid, its height 103 feet and 4 inches, and its breadth 103 feet and 4 inches, with 3 layers of great stones, and 1 layer of timber. And let the expenses be given out of the king's house. Also let the gold and silver vessels of God's house, which Nebuchadnezzar took forth out of the temple which is at Jerusalem, and brought to Babylon, be restored, and brought again to the temple which is at Jerusalem, every one to its place, and you shall put them in God's house. Now therefore, Tattenai, governor beyond the river, Shetharboznai, and your companions the Artaxerxes, who are beyond the river, you must stay far from there. Leave the work of this house of God alone, let the governor of the Jews and the elders of the Jews build this house of God in its place. Moreover I make a decree what you shall do to these elders of the Jews for the building of this house of God, that of the king's goods, even of the tribute beyond the river, expenses be given with all diligence to these men, that they be not hindered. That which they have need of, both young bulls, and rams, and lambs, for burnt offerings to the God of heaven, also wheat, salt, wine, and oil, according to the word of the priests who are at Jerusalem, let it be given them day by day without fail, that they may offer sacrifices of pleasant aroma to the God of heaven, and pray for the life of the king, and of his sons. Also I have made a decree, that whoever shall alter this word, let a beam be pulled out from his house, and let him be lifted up and fastened thereon, and let his house be made a dunghill for this, and the God who has caused his name to dwell there overthrow all kings and peoples who shall put forth their hand to alter the same, to destroy this house of God which is at Jerusalem. I Darius have made a decree, let it be done with all diligence. Then Tattenai, the governor beyond the river, Shetharboznai, and their companions, because Darius the king had sent a decree, did accordingly with all diligence. The elders of the Jews built and prospered, through the prophesying of Haggai the prophet and Zechariah the son of Iddo. They built and finished it, according to the commandment of the God of Israel, and according to the decree of Koresh, and Darius, and Artaxerxes king of Persia. This house was finished on the 3rd day of the month Adar, which was in the 6th year of the reign of Darius the king. The children of Israel, the priests, and the Levites, and the rest of the children of the captivity, kept the dedication of this house of God with joy. They offered at the dedication of this house of God 100 bulls, 200 rams, 400 lambs, and for a sin offering for all Israel, 12 male goats, according to the number of the tribes of Israel. They set the priests in their divisions, and the Levites in their courses, for the service of God, which is at Jerusalem, as it is written in the book of Moses. The children of the captivity kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month. For the priests and the Levites had purified themselves together, all of them were pure, and they killed the Passover for all the children of the captivity, and for their brothers the priests, and for themselves. The children of Israel who had come again out of the captivity, and all such as had separated themselves to them from the filthiness of the nations of the land, to seek the Lord, the God of Israel, ate, and kept the feast of unleavened bread 7 days with joy, for the Lord had made them joyful, and had turned the heart of the king of Assyria to them, to strengthen their hands in the work of God's house, the God of Israel. Chapter 7. Now after these things, in the reign of Artaxerxes king of Persia, Ezra the son of Sariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Shallum, the son of Zadok, the son of Ahitub, the son of Amariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Meraioth, the son of Zerahiah, the son of Uzzi, the son of Bukai, the son of Avishua, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the chief priest. This Ezra went up from Babylon, and he was a ready scribe in the law of Moses, which the Lord, the God of Israel, had given, and the king granted him all his request, according to the hand of the Lord his God on him. There went up some of the children of Israel, and of the priests, and the Levites, and the singers, and the gatekeepers, and the Nethinim, to Jerusalem, in the 7th year of Artaxerxes the king. He came to Jerusalem in the 5th month, which was in the 7th year of the king. For on the 1st day of the 1st month he began to go up from Babylon, and on the 1st day of the 5th month he came to Jerusalem, for the good hand of his God was on him. For Ezra had set his heart to seek the law of the Lord, and to do it, and to teach in Israel statutes and ordinances. Now this is the copy of the letter that the king Artaxerxes gave to Ezra the priest, the scribe, even the scribe of the words of the commandments of the Lord, and of his statutes to Israel, Artaxerxes, king of kings, to Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the God of heaven, perfect and so forth. I make a decree, that all those of the people of Israel, and their priests and the Levites, in my realm, who are minded of their own free will to go to Jerusalem, go with you. Because you are sent of the king and his 7 counselors, to inquire concerning Judah and Jerusalem, according to the law of your God which is in your hand, and to carry the silver and gold, which the king and his counselors have freely offered to the God of Israel, whose habitation is in Jerusalem, and all the silver and gold that you shall find in all the province of Babylon, with the free will offering of the people, and of the priests, offering willingly for the house of their God which is in Jerusalem. Therefore you shall with all diligence buy with this money bulls, rams, lambs, with their meal offerings and their drink offerings, and shall offer them on the altar of the house of your God which is in Jerusalem. Whatever shall seem good to you and to your brothers to do with the rest of the silver and the gold, do that after the will of your God. The vessels that are given to you for the service of the house of your God, deliver before the God of Jerusalem. Whatever more shall be needful for the house of your God, which you shall have occasion to bestow, bestow it out of the king's treasure house. I, even I Artaxerxes the king, do make a decree to all the treasurers who are beyond the river, that whatever Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the God of heaven, shall require of you, it be done with all diligence, to 100 talents of silver, and to 100 measures of wheat, and to 100 baths of wine, and to 100 baths of oil, and salt without prescribing how much. Whatever is commanded by the God of heaven, let it be done exactly for the house of the God of heaven, for why should there be wrath against the realm of the king and his sons? Also we inform you, that touching any of the priests and Levites, the singers, doorkeepers, Nethinim, or servants of this house of God, it shall not be lawful to impose tribute, custom, or toll, on them. You, Ezra, after the wisdom of your God who is in your hand, appoint magistrates and judges, who may judge all the people who are beyond the river, all such as know the laws of your God, and teach him who doesn't know them. Whoever will not do the law of your God, and the law of the king, let judgment be executed on him with all diligence, whether it be to death, or to banishment, or to confiscation of goods, or to imprisonment. Blessed be the Lord, the God of our fathers, who has put such a thing as this in the king's heart, to beautify the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem, and has extended loving kindness to me before the king, and his counselors, and before all the king's powerful officers. I was strengthened according to the hand of the Lord my God on me, and I gathered together out of Israel chief men to go up with me. Chapter 8. Now these are the heads of their ancestral houses, and this is the genealogy of those who went up with me from Babylon, in the reign of Artaxerxes the king, of the sons of Phinehas, Gershom. Of the sons of Itamar, Daniel. Of the sons of David, Hattush the son of Shechaniah. Of the sons of Parosh, Zechariah, and with him were reckoned by genealogy of the males 150. Of the sons of Pahath-Moab, Eliaenai the son of Zerahiah, and with him 200 males. Of the sons of Zattu, Shechaniah the son of Jahaziel, and with him 300 males. Of the sons of Adin, Ebed the son of Jonathan, and with him 50 males. Of the sons of Elam, Jeshaiah the son of Athaliah, and with him 70 males. Of the sons of Shephatiah, Zebediah the son of Michael, and with him 80 males. Of the sons of Joab, Obadiah the son of Jehiel, and with him 218 males. Of the sons of Bani, Shelomith the son of Josephiah, and with him 160 males. Of the sons of Bebai, Zechariah the son of Bebai, and with him 28 males. Of the sons of Osgod, Johanan the son of Hakatan, and with him 110 males. Of the sons of Adonikam, who were the last, and these are their names, Eliphalet, Joel, and Shemaiah, and with them 60 males. Of the sons of Bigvai, Uttai and Zechar, and with them 70 males. I gathered them together to the river that runs to Ahava, and there we camped 3 days, and I viewed the people, and the priests, and found there none of the sons of Levi. Then sent I for Eliezer, for Ariel, for Shemaiah, and for Elnathan, and for Jerub, and for Elnathan, and for Nathan, and for Zechariah, and for Meshullam, chief men, also for Joarib, and for Elnathan, who were teachers. I sent them forth to Iddo the chief at the place Casiphia, and I told them what they should tell Iddo, and his brothers the temple servants, at the place Casiphia, that they should bring to us ministers for the house of our God. According to the good hand of our God on us they brought us a man of discretion, of the sons of Mali, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, and Sherebiah, with his sons and his brothers, 18, and Hashabiah, and with him Jeshaiah of the sons of Merari, his brothers and their sons, 20, and from the temple servants, whom David and the officials had given for the service of the Levites, 220 temple servants. All of them were mentioned by name. Then I proclaimed a fast there, at the river Ahava, that we might humble ourselves before our God, to seek of him a straight way for us, and for our little ones, and for all our substance. For I was ashamed to ask of the king a band of soldiers and horsemen to help us against the enemy in the way, because we had spoken to the king, saying, The hand of our God is on all those who seek him, for good, but his power and his wrath is against all those who forsake him. So we fasted and begged our God for this, and he was entreated of us. Then I set apart 12 of the chiefs of the priests, even Sherebiah, Hashabiah, and 10 of their brothers with them, and weighed to them the silver, and the gold, and the vessels, even the offering for the house of our God, which the king, and his counselors, and his officials, and all Israel there present, had offered. I weighed into their hands 650 talents of silver, and silver vessels 100 talents, of gold 100 talents, and 20 bowls of gold, of 1,000 darics, and 2 vessels of fine bright bronze, precious as gold. I said to them, You are holy to the Lord, and the vessels are holy, and the silver and the gold are a freewill offering to the Lord, the God of your fathers. Watch, and keep them, until you weigh them before the chiefs of the priests and the Levites, and the leaders of the ancestral houses of Israel, at Jerusalem, in the rooms of the house of the Lord. So the priests and the Levites received the weight of the silver and the gold, and the vessels, to bring them to Jerusalem to the house of our God. Then we departed from the river Ahava on the 12th day of the first month, to go to Jerusalem, and the hand of our God was on us, and he delivered us from the hand of the enemy and the bandit by the way. We came to Jerusalem, and stayed there 3 days. On the 4th day the silver and the gold and the vessels were weighed in the house of our God into the hand of Meremoth the son of Uriah the priest, and with him was Eleazar the son of Phinehas, and with them was Jozabad the son of Jeshua, and Nodiah the son of Binnui, the Levite, the whole by number and by weight, and all the weight was written at that time. The children of the captivity, who had come out of exile, offered burnt offerings to the God of Israel, 12 bulls for all Israel, 96 rams, 77 lambs, and 12 male goats for a sin offering. All this was a burnt offering to the Lord. They delivered the king's commissions to the king's satraps, and to the governors beyond the river, and they furthered the people in God's house. Chapter 9. Now when these things were completed, the leaders approached me and said, The people of Israel, and the priests and the Levites, have not separated themselves from the peoples of the lands, following their abominations, even those of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mixed themselves with the peoples of the lands. Indeed, the hand of the officials and leaders has been foremost in this trespass. When I heard this thing, I tore my garment and my robe, and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard, and sat down confounded. Then were assembled to me everyone who trembled at the words of the God of Israel, because of their trespass of the captivity, and I sat confounded until the evening offering. At the evening offering I rose up from my humiliation, even with my garment and my robe torn, and I fell on my knees, and spread out my hands to the Lord my God, and I said, My God, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to you, my God, for our iniquities have increased over our head, and our guiltiness has grown up to the heavens. Since the days of our fathers we have been exceeding guilty to this day, and for our iniquities we, our kings, and our priests, have been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, to plunder, and to confusion of face, as it is this day. Now for a little moment grace has been shown from the Lord our God, to leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes, and give us a little reviving in our bondage. For we are bondservants, yet our God has not forsaken us in our bondage, but has extended loving kindness to us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our God, and to repair its ruins, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. Now, our God, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken your commandments, which you have commanded by your servants the prophets, saying, The land, to which you go to possess it, is an unclean land through the uncleanness of the peoples of the lands, through their abominations, which have filled it from one end to another with their filthiness. Now therefore do not give your daughters to their sons, neither take their daughters to your sons, nor seek their peace or their prosperity forever, that you may be strong, and eat the good of the land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. After all that has come on us for our evil deeds, and for our great guilt, since you, our God, have punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and have given us such a remnant, shall we again break your commandments, and join in affinity with the peoples that do these abominations? Wouldn't you be angry with us until you had consumed us, so that there should be no remnant, nor any to escape? The Lord, the God of Israel, you are righteous, for we are left a remnant that has escaped, as it is this day. Look, we are before you in our guiltiness, for none can stand before you because of this. Chapter 10. Now while Ezra prayed and made confession, weeping and casting himself down before God's house, there was gathered together to him out of Israel a very great assembly of men and women and children, for the people wept very bitterly. Shechaniah the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered Ezra, We have trespassed against our God, and have married foreign women of the peoples of the land. Yet now there is hope for Israel concerning this thing. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives, and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those who tremble at the commandment of our God. Let it be done according to the law. Arise, for the matter belongs to you, and we are with you. Be courageous, and do it. Then Ezra arose, and made the chiefs of the priests, the Levites, and all Israel, to swear that they would do according to this word. So they swore. Then Ezra rose up from before God's house, and went into the room of Jehohanan the son of Eliashib, and when he came there, he ate no bread, nor drank water, for he mourned because of their trespass of the captivity. They made proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem to all the children of the captivity, that they should gather themselves together to Jerusalem, and that whoever did not come within 3 days, according to the counsel of the officials and the elders, all his substance should be forfeited, and himself separated from the assembly of the captivity. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together to Jerusalem within the 3 days. It was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the broad place before God's house, trembling because of this matter, and for the great rain. Ezra the priest stood up, and said to them, You have trespassed, and have married foreign women, to increase the guilt of Israel. Now therefore make confession to the Lord, the God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the peoples of the land, and from the foreign women. Then all the assembly answered with a loud voice, As you have said concerning us, so must we do. But the people are many, and it is a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand outside, neither is this a work of 1 day or 2, for we have greatly transgressed in this matter. Let now our leaders represent the whole assembly, and let all those who are in our cities who have married foreign women come at appointed times, and with them the elders of every city, and its judges, until the fierce wrath of our God be turned from us, until this matter is resolved. Only Jonathan the son of Asahel and Josiah the son of Tikva stood up against this, and Meshullam and Shabbatai the Levite helped them. But the children of the captivity did so. And Ezra the priest selected for himself men, heads of fathers' houses, according to their fathers' houses, and all of them by their names. So they began their sessions on the first day of the 10th month to examine the matter. And they finished with all the men who had married foreign women by the first day of the first month. Among the sons of the priests there were found who had married foreign women, of the sons of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and his brothers, Maaseiah, and Eliezer, and Jerub, and Gedaliah. They gave their hand that they would put away their wives, and being guilty, they offered a ram of the flock for their guild. Of the sons of Immer, Hanani and Zebadiah. Of the sons of Harim, Maaseiah, and Elijah, and Shemaiah, and Yehiel, and Uzziah. Of the sons of Pashhur, Elionai, Maaseiah, Ishmael, Nethanel, Jozabad, and Elasa. Of the Levites, Jozabad, and Shimei, and Kelaiah, that is, Kelita, Pethiah, Judah, and Eliezer. Of the singers, Eliashib. Of the gatekeepers, Shallum, and Telem, and Uri. Of Israel, of the sons of Parash, Ramiah, and Izziah, and Malchijah, and Mijamin, and Eleazar, and Malchijah, and Benaiah. Of the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, and Yehiel, and Abdi, and Jeremoth, and Elijah. Of the sons of Zattu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, and Jeremoth, and Zabad, and Aziza. Of the sons of Bebai, Yehohanan, Hananiah, Zabbai, Athlai. Of the sons of Bani, Meshullam, Moloch, and Adaiah, Joshub, and Sheel, Jeremoth. Of the sons of Pahath-Moab, Adnah, and Shalal, Benaiah, Maaseiah, Mattaniah, Betzalel, and Binnui, and Manasseh. Of the sons of Harim, Eliezer, Ishijah, Malchijah, Shemaiah, Shimeon, Benjamin, Moloch, Shemariah. Of the sons of Hashem, Mattani, Mattata, Zabad, Eliphalet, Jeremiah, Manasseh, Shimei. Of the sons of Bani, Maadai, Amram, and Uel, Benaiah, Bediah, Keli, Benaiah, Meremoth, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Mattani, and Hasu. Of the sons of Binnui, Shimei, and Shelemiah, and Nathan, and Adaiah, Machnadebai, Shishai, Shirai, Azarel, and Shelemiah, Shemariah, Shallum, Amariah, Joseph. Of the sons of Nebo, Jael, Mattithiah, Zabad, Zebina, Edo, and Joel, Benaiah. All these had taken foreign wives, and some of them had wives by whom they had children.